abundance in a universe. And we all have the ability to tap into our deepest dreams. You can learn and grow at your speed and build a business based on your own needs. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Why do we wait until tomorrow when we could do it today? Step out of your comfort zone and take a leap of faith. You can learn and grow at your own speed and build a business based on your own needs. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Bedrock bookkeepers rock it from their home. Bedrock bookkeepers make it on their own. Bedrock bookkeepers live it in the zone. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family.
All right, I love that song. Joe
Yeah.
DeChara, CPA extraordinaire, coming to you live from downtown Metro Manila for the second installment of our exclusive Bedrock student chats. We don't call this an interview because a lot of students get frightened when they hear they're going to get an interview. But this student, this guy, has actually done 2 of our courses. So he's a Bedrock student superstar. His name is Mike. Mike, you have a good video presentation. You have a good background. So I think you'll learn something in our course. So welcome, Mike. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, Joe, and so glad to be invited for a chat, and I feel so honored actually.
Yeah, well, just so you know, we picked the cream of the crop from all of our students. We've had over 700 people, over 700 students in about 18 months. So I think we hit a nerve when we started doing these courses, and we're actually going to be launching more courses. So it's there's a big demand because Philippine accountants like you are really interested in learning about the U.S. tax market. So let me ask you a couple of questions because I think people want to get to know Mike. What So where were you born and where do you live now, Mike?
I was born in Iloilo City, but currently I am residing here in Cainta Rizal.
Okay.
I just recently moved here in Cainta, but last year when I enrolled in Bedrock, I'm still in Pasay. But during the time, it's because I'm working in Makati. But since right now I'm already work from home, so I can decide to live wherever I want.
Oh, cool. So we're gonna talk about that. So
Yeah,
you're married or single?
yeah. I'm currently single.
Okay. Well, I think because you're a remote worker, I think that the women will want to start snatching you up. Uh,
Yeah.
so
We'll be getting there, Joe.
yeah. So what were you doing prior to being a remote worker?
Prior I became a remote worker. I'm an accounting manager in private corporation, and I'm working in Makati during the time. So that's why
And
it's
how long were you doing that?
uh, almost in my entire working career. No, actually, I just recently started doing remote job last October. Uh,
Okay, so you were brick and mortar job, right? You had to commute there.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
and how
from
long was the
Pasay.
commute?
Actually, Pasay and Makati, that's just a few kilometers. I think that would only take 3 kilometers, but my travel time usually took more than an hour
Wow.
from Pasay to Makati. Yeah,
I
Makati is
probably could have got
very
this.
traffic.
You were walking, right?
Yeah,
And
yes,
that, so
Joe.
it's 3 kilometers, and it took you an hour.
Yeah.
That's like New
Actually,
York City.
yeah, actually, when I in the afternoon when I go home, I prefer to walk from the office going
Really?
back at home.
You know, I remember being in cabs in New York City, and you're in a cab, and the meter is running. Even if you're stopped, the meter's running. And I remember seeing people walking faster than me in the cab. And I'm like, why am I even in the cab? It's costing. I might as well just get out and walk. But
Y-
yeah, so the traffic in Manila, I guess, is a lot like the city. Uh,
yeah, yeah, exactly, Joe.
so okay, so I just like to put things in perspective so that people listening and watching could understand, because I understand that. Okay, when I first started working, I lived on in Long Island. Okay, and the city, New York City, because that's where all the jobs were. Uh, it was actually about 30 minutes away, but to get there would take an hour and a half or 2 hours
Yeah,
because of the
exactly.
rush hour. And you had a choice. If you were going to drive in, it was expensive, and even taking the train was expensive. So I remember looking at that. I'm like, I'm losing 3 to 4 hours a day just getting to my job. I used to have
Yes.
to get up at 5 a.m., uh, be on a train by 6:40. Okay, so I could get into the city by like 8 o'clock, right? So the train ride itself was an hour and a half, and then I would have to walk to my office, which was like another half an hour.
Mm,
That's a big amount of time. So by the time I get to the office, it's like 8:45, and I'm already exhausted, right?
yeah,
And
exactly.
when I found remote accounting, it changed my whole life. So when did you start doing the remote accounting?
I just started last October.
Okay, you did say that October.
Yeah.
And are you working for an accounting firm?
No, right. No, actually I'm working during that time. I'm working in holdings company. I'm doing overseeing their accounting. That's around 8 companies that I'm overseeing.
Oh wow.
Uh, so there were accountants on a respective company, but my primary role is overseeing them, ensuring that compliance is in place, uh, being the point person during the uh, audit,
So
external audit. So that's primarily what I'm doing during the time.
so you're basically like what I would consider a controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a big job. Uh, Now, did you get that before or after you took the courses?
That's already before the courses. And my plan really why I took the courses, it's because I want to transition my work as a remote job. And prior that, because I enrolled actually September in Bedrock, and prior that actually I already uh actually before pandemic, I'm already trying to pursue that career, a remote job. I
Oh,
already
really?
sending applications, proposals, but I'm very unlucky to have that. So even as early as January 2023 last year, I'm already sending proposal. And uh, actually when I joined PFOLs with Miss Yan Yan, that's the time that I really do a massive uh, applications from June until I was able to get a job. So every day I'm I'm sending proposal. I'm sending applications. It's because I really wanted to transition into
Yeah.
a remote work. Though that's the kind of work I have, but I already feel limited in terms of my growth, in terms of probably monetary reward. So I already feel limited, and I feel that I'm only until on that certain point. So
Right.
that's the drive that I'm really doing. I'm really planning this for, actually not just, I know this is, I'm planning already this for around 3 years before. But
Yeah.
it's really very hard to get into freelancing.
Well, actually, what we try to teach, yeah, it's difficult to do anything that you've never done before. Okay, but
Yes.
there's steps that you could take to make it easier. Like what you're doing, what I teach, I don't just teach the technical side. I try to teach people this is what you got to do to get work in the United States, whether it's with a company like you are, if it's with an accounting firm, or if it's getting clients. If you can't do that, and don't take it for granted, because a lot of people, and me included, I had to listen to people that knew how to do what we're doing now, be on a video. The background matters, what you're wearing matters, everything being centered, it all matters. In fact, what I have a light up there that shouldn't even be there. I don't have the best lighting. Okay. Uh, having your resume uh, done correctly, having a good LinkedIn profile. So if you can have those things uh, set up, it's going to increase your chances of success. Now, how were you looking for these jobs? Were you on online jobs? Were you on Upworks?
Uh I tried to make an account in Upwork, but I cannot, my profile weren't able to approve. So I I applied and passed a proposal in several online platforms, including FB, LinkedIn, Online Jobs PH. I actually a lot of platforms that I'm applying. So I have a list. This the community gave it to me, and I made a profile there. Uh, so that's actually what I'm doing. I basically basically, so I'm really targeting to apply US. That's why I took the course.
Okay,
Uh,
that was my next question. What prompted you to take the courses?
it's because after while I already feel hopeless because I already have a lot. Almost every day I have an interview. 2 o'clock a.m. I have an interview, and I every day. I sometimes I had 3 4 interviews, and every day I am being rejected. So I
Yeah,
feel so hopeless, but I don't want to give up. And actually, my boss already talked to me that of course due to pandemic there's some business was really hit. So they said to me that they cannot really offer to me something, so I'm in a status quo. And actually my boss is very honest with the situation, and he said if I can get opportunity from the others, uh, it would be okay from them. They would help me do the transition. They're not saying that they want me out, but they don't want also that I will be caught off guard. That
right,
in just an instant they would say that okay, you don't have a job anymore. So
right.
they said as early as you can, if you can find other opportunities. Uh, Grab that opportunities if you feel that you have growth on that other under opportunities, let it be. So that also drive it really push me. And then I realized in the previous proposals applications that I have that I'm applying for bookkeeper. Uh, I'm always being rejected. So I'm thinking that I think I should add more skills. I should enhance myself.
Uh,
That's why I really look for community, look for coaches. And then I saw this one in a community that I'm in. And it interests me because it also in line with my plan. And adding more skills, enhancing skills, I think it's better for me. So that really drives me to enroll in this course. Of
yeah,
course, the community that posted it, I have a great trust on that community. So there's no really doubt for me to enroll
yeah.
in Bedrock.
So this is a good lesson. I know we have a couple of people watching live. Uh, let's see, we have Marielle. She's in the Jumpstart community. So the community I think you're talking about is accounting peoples, right?
Yes, accounting people.
Coach Yang. So
Yeah,
Coach
I
Yang
yeah, Coach
is
Chanyan. I joined Elite.
okay. So yeah, so Marianne actually worked for Bedrock for a month, and she resigned. She said because she had this little Facebook group, and she had other clients, and the commitment to Bedrock was really full time. So I said, "What are you doing with that group?" And she told me, she's like, it's all Philippine accountants and bookkeepers, and I want to introduce them to the freelancing world. So I had this old course, and I said, listen, I can update it to show them how to get into the U.S. Tax market. And so Marianne and I were, in fact, I just had a meeting with her. I recommend any of my students that haven't been in her community to join it, because her elite program teaches stuff that I don't teach. And she's great on LinkedIn. She was actually number 17 of the top 100 Philippine LinkedIn people to follow. So that's one resource. You want to join accounting peoples, and you want to join the elite program. The fact that you join communities is a very, very important uh, thing. Everybody should be in a community or several communities, right? Because what you learned was you get resources, you get people that are in your shoes. They're either they could be above you, below you, or right where you are, right? So that you want to surround yourself with those kinds of people. Also, you mentioned about having a coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my
So
coach is
getting a
Miss Yan
coach,
Yan.
yeah. So Marianne is a great coach because she's just one of these people. She inspires you. She encourages people, and so the people that so we have Dec Mamilia, one of my new best friends. We have Eileen. You know Eileen. Eileen is running
Yes.
the classes now. We have Marielle, and we have Luz. So, and I bring up Luz. Hello, ladies,
Yeah.
because Luz has a story. You know, she had been working for a company for a long time, and she just, short story, she wanted to change, and I think she put out like 40 or 50 resumes, and she's only getting a couple of interviews, and just like you, she just didn't give up. You know, and I had a similar story with getting rejected when I first started out. You know, everybody wanted experience. Everybody, they said, "Oh, yeah, we want somebody with experience." And I remember telling my cousin, who was a CPA, I said, "How do I get experience if nobody's ever going to hire me?"
Yeah,
But
exactly.
the truth is, it takes practice. Nobody's going to go in the first interview and nail it and get a job. And if you do, it's probably luck, and you should actually be careful.
Yeah.
Another thing we teach people is decide what kind of company you want to work for before you start looking for one. Okay. I think of it as like going on vacation. Nobody just goes to the airport or jumps in a car and just goes, right? They say, this is where I want to go. This is how I'm going to get there. This is, all the details. So tell me about your experience with the courses. Now, you took the 5-week tax software course, right?
Yes.
And the
Uh,
course that we were training Philippine people how to become an enrolled agent. And
yes.
there
So
you took the part with all the individual uh, tax questions. So you got a lot of U.S. tax uh, information.
yes, I took these two courses because eventually I'm a kind of person that I really wanted to grow, enhance my skills, and I really wanted to learn new skills. And I started this course September, and then as I've mentioned, October I was being hired as a freelance. Of course, if you're new to a certain things, there's really a lot of adjustment. There's really a lot of effort because you are still learning. I'm still learning, and at the same time, I'm doing the courses. So I could still remember those sleepless nights that I need to take the exam in order to submit before deadline.
Yeah,
And and well, I really like the course. It's because this is it is not the traditional course or the traditional class that we are having, that these are going to be there's a class to present this thing. This one is really need your effort. It's because of course, there's an introduction of the course, there's an introduction of the topics, and then you will be given all the resources. And after that, uh, you already have these questions. Because I believe this 5 week, because there's a lot of topics to be tackled, and you cannot just rely on somebody teaching you, you really have to make an effort. So I like the course. It's because it offers a very practical approach wherein you are already right immediately. You are already uh how can I can say, you are already engaging on a certain situations that
Right. Right.
yeah, you, and then of course just like what we are doing when we're, even when we started for work. So if you encounter that, of course you do research, you have to do your you have to do your thing. So in that point, of course, retention of those what you have learned is more effective rather than by listening, rather than by somebody's just feeding for you. So that's why it would take me for how many nights sleepless, because I really have to, for how many questions, I think that's 50 questions in every
Yeah.
part.
So
Yeah.
the
So
individual. So originally we were training people, Philippine accountants, how to become enrolled agents, and we basically uh, suspended that program because it just wasn't enough demand.
mm,
Because it takes a lot to become an enrolled agent. You're talking about at least
yeah,
2 years of studying. You got to take three different parts, three different tests. You got the individuals, you got the businesses, and then you got the IRS administration part.
yes,
Uh, and then you have to. They don't have the test in the Philippines anymore. They used to have it in Manila and Makati. Okay, they stopped. I think in like 2016, probably because there
mm,
just wasn't enough. So about probably 2 years. You got to take three different tests. If you got to travel to another country, you got to decide: am I going to go there once, twice, or three times, right?
yes,
Because you can go once and take all three parts, which is that's crazy. Not many people can do that. And then you got to pass. You got to
you're right.
pass. So, you know, we didn't, we didn't like throw the program out. We're just going to offer it now as a personal income tax
Mm,
course.
yeah,
So for every chapter, you got 50 different questions, right? For
yeah,
each section. And
yeah,
yeah, and we had to put together all the questions. It was a lot of work. So
yes,
that's what you're talking about with that, where you
mm,
actually, yeah, you can't just wing it, right? And then the other course, what I like, this is our most popular course, the 5 week
the five
course,
week course.
is
Yeah.
where you get to actually you get to prepare 13 different kinds of returns.
Mm,
They give you
yeah.
all the facts, and then you got to actually prepare the returns in the software that we use. We use Drake. So between the two courses, you got a lot of tax knowledge. And
Yeah, yeah. I,
not only that, well, you talked about learning how to do research, right?
yes. And
That's
what I like with the course also, Joe, is that after we submit during the 5 week course, no, after we submit all the assignments that we have this feedbacking of those items and
right,
of the
right.
results. Oh yeah, so there's really an opportunity for you to confirm whatever confusions you have. So it's really like you are doing an internship on a certain company wherein you already being told, okay, you have to prepare this because you are already doing on the actual software that is being used by the Bedrock.
Yeah. So I think we're just about finished. I like to keep these under 30 minutes because people they don't have that much attention span anymore. But I do want to thank you for joining us. I want to mention, and you're part of this community. We had set up a new community for Philippine accountants, and there's two parts to the community. There's a free part, and I'm going to see if I can uh, get the website. Yeah, so it's jumpstart.ph. Okay, it's jumpstart your freelance accounting career, and it actually it grew organically through people like you. Okay, because we saw people at all different levels. In other words, people that uh, just want to get out of the brick and mortar job, right? They want to become remote workers. And then people want, some of them want to get clients, right? So we're going to teach people in the Jumpstart community, depending on what level they're at, how to get to the next level. So if you're still in a job or you don't have a job, you want to become a remote worker, we're going to show people how exactly to do that. And it's some of the things that we talked about: how to do the video, how to do a resume, a LinkedIn optimization. Uh, then we're going to show you how to get US clients. So you're in a position now, if you want, you can get your own tax season clients. You did enough. You should know enough about personal income taxes now, and that could be pretty lucrative during personal income tax time. Then we get the people that want to open an agency. So and we have people that are in brick and mortar that want to be remote workers, and we have people in the community that actually already have a small agency. So that's where Jumpstart evolved. We have almost 1,000 people in our Facebook group already. So there's definitely, and what I've learned about the Philippine community, and that's really why I'm here, is a there's a big Philippine accounting community. I think Marianne said there's like 1 million Philippine accountants.
Yeah.
There's a tremendous need for accountants in the United States. There's just not enough accountants. So, I consider myself like a bridge from that's a long bridge, right? From the Philippines to the US. But, I'm glad that you connected with us. I'm glad that you got, it sounds like a really good position where you're like a controller for like 8 different companies, right? You're going to get a lot of good experience with that, right? Uh, all right. So let's wrap this up. Do you have any closing comments, advice for your fellow Philippine accountants?
Uh, uh, okay, Joe. Uh, I think I'm always struck with this quotation, so which I just accidentally able to read. No, it's a compilation from the quotation from Maxwell. It says like uh, I you are what you would be 5 years from now, except for two things: the people whom you associate and the books you read. So that one really struck me. That in order for you, if you want to become great someday, you must be willing to expose yourselves with great people. And I think exposing yourselves with a community that we are talking about, because Bedrock, it's not for me. It's not just like just a course that offers me. It offers me a community. So they are great people who could really help us. So if you want to become great someday, expose yourselves with these great people. I learned Bedrock not only on the course, but on other aspects also on my career, because technical knowledge is not just it's not the only thing when we offer ourselves, when we bargain ourselves, but the totality of ours.
Yes. Well said. That's John Maxwell you're talking about, right? Yeah, I'm a fan of his. And yeah, you know, people say that, who said it? Zig Ziglar, I think. He said you're the you're the average of the five top people, the five people you spend most of your time with. So that's why, what you said is so true. You want to spend time with people that are already successful. You talked about reading books. I mean, dive, uh, I devour books. Okay. Sometimes I'm reading two books at once because I just can't get enough knowledge. And you're so right. That's great, great advice. So yeah, and thank you for the compliment because I never wanted Bedrock to just be an accounting firm. That's just not exciting enough for me. And yeah, so we started with the courses. Now we have the Jumpstart community, and you also have accounting peoples out there. So there's communities out there for Philippine accountants. And all right, so I look forward to watching you grow, Mike. Keep in touch. I'll see you in the community, and God bless. That's our story, folks. We're sticking with it. If anybody would like to connect with me, you can either go to our website and see what we're all about. You'll see all the different courses that we have, bedrockbusinessbuilders.com. And if you'd like to chat with me about business, about our courses, you're welcome to a free chat. Just go to Time with Joe. And we do have, hey, Mary, so Coach Yanyan just showed up. Uh,
Hi, Coach Yan Yan.
yes. So she probably just heard my pitch for accounting peoples. So Michael pitched it too, Marion. Uh, so, all right, over and out. God bless everybody. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much, Mike.
Yeah,
And
thank you for inviting me, Joe. I'm so
yes,
glad
yes.
that you invited me
We
here.
will, we will see you all next week. Over and out. Thank you.
Yeah, thank